Do you think it's important to speak about China's internal situation right now, the problems that they're going through?
So China is definitely, economically not doing well. Definitely, real estate has crashed, banking has crashed, unemployment, youth unemployment is at such a high level that last year they decided they're not going to publish statistics anymore on youth unemployment and so on. Aging is a crisis. Old age or the aging population is a huge crisis. Total fertility rates have crashed, which is why Xi Jinping is trying to very smartly coerce women into marriages or having more babies and so on. But unfortunately, that's also not happening. So it's a big mess. A few weeks ago, a stimulus was being talked about, that the government is going to provide a stimulus. Again, details are very sketchy. Hasn't happened so far. So why would a government think of a stimulus if the economy is doing so well? It doesn't really need a stimulus, but it is doing really badly right now in all segments. China is an export oriented economy. Its growth has been export led, which is why manufacturing grew to this extent, and they kept exporting goods. But now countries have become more inward looking, and no one trusts Chinese products, which is why, especially after the US China trade war started and so on, countries are not okay with the absorption of Chinese goods. So what does China now do with the goods? There's an oversupply problem as well. So it's a terrible situation for China to be in now. But it's because of its strategy of economic growth, which is export led, subsidies driven, and so on. That's no longer working anymore. Their domestic consumption levels are really low. A good enough, decent domestic consumption ensures that your own people can consume your goods, which is what happens in India quite a lot of times, right? We do have MNCs, we do have a lot of products from abroad, and we have different classes in our society which can absorb certain products, but our domestic consumption is decent enough. FDI, almost every country is rethinking. Should it stay in China or should it go? FDI has gone to a 22-year low in China. Never before has it happened this way. Every foreign company is fearful that it will get raided, because of Xi Jinping's national security law, anti-espionage law, his whole emphasis on constantly security. It has basically made sure that any company can be raided on any grounds. Any foreign company. So that's not really rule of law, and foreign companies also, when they operate, it's anyways difficult to operate outside your own domain, because you understand new laws. But now there are these laws which change on a daily basis, almost daily basis. So foreign companies are rethinking if they should stay in China or go elsewhere, which is why this whole strategy of China plus one has come in, a business strategy, wherein companies are looking at other Asian countries to relocate to. So the Chinese economy needs a reset, clearly, of course. And it's not, let's just put it as not doing really well.
What you just watched was just the tip of the iceberg. If you're as curious as us on subjects that govern the world and our lives, you're at the right place. Do consider subscribing, because the next conversation might just change how you see the world. Until then, keep reimagining yourself and know that the power of change lies within you. Jai Hind.